At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, Lin Shuang. She is sitting in a restaurant, waiting for someone. Just then, Jiangxi arrives there. Jiangxi is the lady who is having an affair with Lin Shuang's husband, Wei Ming. They both talk for a bit there. After this, Lin Shuang's story begins. She is a housewife and spends all her time taking care of her house, her child, and her husband. After cleaning her house, she goes to the hospital. Her friend had delivered a baby today. She congratulates her friend and tells her, "I was busy with work all day today. I didn't even have time to bring a gift for your baby." So her friend says, "You came here? That is the biggest gift." Lin Shuang takes her baby in her lap and starts playing with him. The baby's grandmother says, "Baby, look at Auntie Lin Shuang. When you grow up, be just like her. Beautiful and smart." On the other side, we see her husband, Wei Ming, who is the director of a very big company. His meeting is currently in progress. At the hospital, Lin Shuang's friend says to her, "You should keep an eye on your husband. He is young and handsome. Many girls have their eyes on such men." So Lin Shuang says, "Don't worry about him. You worry about yourself now. You'll have to change his diapers too." After this, she goes to her daughter Zhou Ping's school to pick her up, where Zhou Ping has had a fight with someone. She explains things to her and brings her home. Meanwhile, Wei Ming's business partner is telling him, "Do you know why I accepted your proposal? It's not just because of your product, but there's an important reason for it." So he asks, "What is that reason?" The partner says, "That reason is you. I often see your posts on social media and I realize that you are not only a good husband, but also a very good father. That's why I believe that a person who is good to his family will also be a good business partner." Wei Ming says, "Being good to my family is my duty." Saying this, they both start laughing. Lin Shuang and Zhou Ping are at home. Just then, Wei Ming sends them food and flowers. Lin Shuang tells her, "Look, your dad found out that we are hungry. He ordered food for us." Zhou Ping says, "These flowers must have been sent by Dad for you." Just then, she gets a call from Wei Ming. He asks, "Did you get the dinner and flowers?" So Lin Shuang tells him, "Oh yes, look, they are right here." He says, "Okay, have a relaxed dinner and go to sleep. There's no need to cook." After cutting the call, she says to Zhou Ping, "Where is this bad smell coming from? You didn't wash your hands, did you?" Hearing this, Zhou Ping says, "No," and starts running. And she runs after her to catch her. Waking up in the morning, Lin Shuang does all the housework and then starts looking at her certificates. In her childhood, she used to come first in every class and everything, and she has won many competitions. She looks at them and then puts them back in the same place. Then, very late at night, Wei Ming comes home. So Lin Shuang asks him, "Why do you get so late?" So he explains, "I was on a business trip." Lin Shuang says, "You are so busy with work that Zhou Ping thinks her dad is a phone app who is always seen on the phone. He never appears in front of her." So Wei Ming starts explaining, "I have a lot of work these days. That's why I am busy." Then she helps Wei Ming get ready, and he has breakfast and leaves the house. She is taking Wei Ming's clothes to wash them when she finds a woman's false nail in his clothes. She takes it and looks at it very closely, and she remembers her friend's words who had said, "Your husband is young and handsome. Keep an eye on him, because many girls might have their eyes on him." She checks her husband's clothes and smells a lady's perfume on them. All of this makes her a little worried. Then we see Wei Ming's company where a lady named Jiang Shi goes to Wei Ming's office with a file. They both talk about the project, then Wei Ming gives her a file. She opens it to find a very beautiful and expensive necklace inside. Wei Ming tells her, "I am working on your promotion." So Jiang Shi says, "Along with the promotion, I want you too." Saying this, she goes near him and starts talking to him. And to the onlookers, it seemed as if they were discussing the proposal. Then we see Lin Shuang, who has come to a nail extension shop to get information about that same nail. After getting some information from there, she leaves. On the way, she sees a restaurant where she sees her husband sitting with a lady, and that lady's nails are exactly the same. But when Lin Shuang goes there and looks, that lady turns out to be Wei Ming's business partner. Right there, she gets an idea, and she takes the most famous coffee from that restaurant and reaches Wei Ming's company, where she starts offering coffee to all the girls working there. On this pretext, she was checking the nails of all of them, so she could find out which girl's nail it was that she found in her husband's shirt. But none of the ladies' nails there matched that nail, because Jiang Shi wasn't even there. She arrives when Lin Shuang is leaving. At night, Wei Ming is at some party and doesn't come home all night. He stays in a hotel. In the morning, when Lin Shuang goes to that hotel and inquires, she finds out that he was with a lady. Knowing this, she becomes very sad and comes home and cries a lot. Late at night, Lin Shuang's husband comes home and goes to take a shower. She quickly gets up and starts checking his phone, but he comes back. She gives him his phone and starts asking, "There was a smell of a lady's perfume coming from your shirt." So Wei Ming explains, "My colleague accidentally spilled that perfume on me." And he also starts explaining, "The call that just came was from my friend. But why are you suddenly asking all this? Don't you trust me? If you want, you can call him right now and ask." Lin Shuang says, "There's no need." Saying this, she goes to sleep. The next day, Lin Shuang joins a gym where she sees Jiang Shi. She was exercising, and seeing her nails, Lin Shuang understands that she is the lady who is having an affair with her husband. She feels like going and slapping her right now, but she controls her anger and goes to her and says, "Your bracelet is quite nice." So she says, "Yes, my boyfriend gave it to me." So Lin Shuang says, "His choice is good," and leaves from there. Jiangxi checks her social media and finds out that she is Wei Ming's wife. Seeing this, she smiles. Lin Shuang was driving the car at a very high speed. She was very angry. It seemed as if she wanted to end her life by having an accident. But just then, she hears her daughter's voice and she suddenly stops. At night, Wei Ming comes home and starts playing with Zhou Ping. Zhou Ping is very happy with him. Then Lin Shuang sits and starts thinking about her past when she also used to have a job. But after her daughter's birth, she left her career and became a full-time housewife. And she dedicated her entire time to taking care of her home, her husband, and her children. Thinking this, she falls asleep. But at night, she starts having nightmares. She sees Jiangxi's hand in her daughter's hand, and she was calling her Mom. Seeing this, Lin Shuang wakes up startled and then looks at her husband and starts crying. The next day at the gym, Lin Shuang and Jiangxi are exercising together. Lin Shuang says to her, "Your bracelet must have been quite expensive. I've wanted to buy it for a long time but couldn't." Jiangxi says, "My boyfriend says that ladies should wear such things to make themselves look beautiful. In these things, not the price, but the love is seen." So Lin Shuang says, "Your boyfriend loves you so much. How long have you been in a relationship? And what's the plan for marriage?" So Jiangxi says, "My boyfriend is already married." Hearing this, Lin Shuang starts looking at her, wondering how she could say this so calmly. She says to Jiangxi, "These are just a few moments of your happiness. Don't think of it for a lifetime. In his eyes, you are nothing." Saying this, she pushes her and then says, "Sorry," and leaves. When Lin Shuang comes home, Wei Ming's mom and dad are there. Zhou Ping is very happy to see them. After some time, Wei Ming also comes home, and they all sit together and have dinner. While having dinner, Lin Shuang finds out that all the money Wei Ming had in his bank is gone. She asks her husband about it, and he tells her, "I have bought a house with that money." But he hadn't told Lin Shuang about it. He starts explaining how important it was to buy the house. Lin Shuang asks, "Why did you buy this house in your mom and dad's name?" So Wei Ming says, "We are all family, aren't we? What difference does it make whose name the house is in?" The next day, there was to be a competition at Zhou Ping's school in which all the children had to participate with their fathers. Wei Ming had promised her that he would definitely come to her school tomorrow, but he doesn't come. Zhou Ping was waiting for him, and Lin Shuang was repeatedly calling him, but still he doesn't come. He is spending his time with Jiang Shi. When he doesn't come, Lin Shuang says to her daughter, "I apologize on behalf of your daddy, and in today's game, can I participate with you in his place?" Hearing this, she becomes happy, and then their game starts. Some children start asking her, "Everyone's dad has come here, but why did you bring your mom?" So she says, "My mommy is second to none." Then they both start the game and win it too. At night, Zhou Ping gets very sick. She was not even able to breathe properly. Lin Shuang calls Wei Ming, but he doesn't receive the call, so she takes her to the hospital herself. Meanwhile, Wei Ming and Jiangxi are having a romance in the office. She gets Zhou Ping checked up and brings her home. In the morning, she asks Wei Ming, "Where were you all night yesterday? And why didn't you receive my calls?" She also tells him, "Zhou Ping was very sick last night." So Wei Ming starts shouting at her, "You relax at home all day. Can't you even take care of one child?" They have a fight over this matter, and then Zhou Ping comes there crying and says to her dad, "Daddy, don't shout at Mom. She is not well." On this, they both stop fighting. Lin Shuang has a fever and is lying down thinking about her past when Wei Ming used to love her. Then she gets up and sells her wedding ring, and then goes to a lawyer. The lawyer tells her, "You have decided to get a divorce. So what do you want from it?" Lin Shuang says, "I want my daughter's custody and as much money as I am entitled to." The lawyer informs her, "The house is in your husband's parents' name, so you are not going to get that. And as for property or money, you both have a right to it, but your husband has converted it into his personal property, so you will not get anything." Lin Shuang asks, "I will get my daughter, right?" The lawyer explains, "The child will be given to the one who can take good care of them. And looking at the current situation, you don't have a job, so you may not get custody of your daughter." The lawyer advises her, "Don't be in a hurry to get a divorce right now. Instead, in this time, find a job so that you can prove that you can take care of your daughter. And second, keep an eye on your husband and gather as much evidence against them as you can so that you can prove that he is the reason for this divorce." After coming from there, Lin Shuang remembers the time when she was getting offers for very good jobs, but she rejected them and chose to be a good housewife. Then she messages Jiang Shi and calls her to a restaurant to talk. She tells her, "I want to get a divorce, but I want custody of my daughter. But in these years, Wei Ming has converted our property into his personal property. I want to get it back because I have a right to it." you will have to help me with this. Jiangxi says, why do you think I will help you with this? Lin Shuang says, I know you also need money. You will also have a share in the money I get, and at the same time, I will not come between you and Wei Ming. I don't love him anymore, so there is no enmity between us now. And I am doing all this to get my daughter's custody. Then she leaves, saying, I have to go pick up my daughter from school. We will talk about this again. Wei Ming is standing outside in the rain with an umbrella when Jiang Shi comes and stands next to him. She says, I forgot to bring my umbrella, and I have to go for my interview. If I go like this, my makeup will be ruined. Wei Ming says, okay, you take it. I'll go like this. He gives her the umbrella and leaves from there. Seeing this, Jiangxi becomes happy and thanks him. The next day, she meets Lin Shuang. Jiangxi had agreed to help her. Lin Shuang tells her, you love Wei Ming, but in the future, you will regret this decision because he neither loves you nor me. He only loves himself. In the future, you will realize this mistake of yours. But Jiangxi says, I don't know about you, but he loves me. Then Jiangxi goes to her house where her brother is also there, who used to play games all the time. Their mom had sent them both here to study and work. Jiangxi was working, but her brother always used to play games. At night, Wei Ming messages her and tells her, there is a client. If you finalize the deal with him, your payment will be doubled, and you will also get a bonus. Hearing this, she becomes very happy and goes to meet that client the next evening. But there, they forcefully make her drink. And after drinking, that client forcibly puts Jiangxi in his car and starts taking her to his house. But just then, Lin Shuang is passing from there and sees her. So she goes and takes Jiangxi with her and takes care of her, bringing her to her home. And she also makes hangover soup for her. Jiangxi's brother keeps asking her, are you her friend or are you her colleague? But Lin Shuang doesn't give any answer and makes the soup and leaves from there. In the morning, her brother tells her, your friend came here yesterday and also made soup for you. She says, she was not my friend. Her brother says, yes, seeing your bad behavior, it's hard to make friends with you, but still, you made a good friend. Jiangxi is very happy today because she thought that the client she went to see yesterday would sign her contract and she would get a promotion. But that doesn't happen. Instead, her colleague gets the contract signed. She gets quite upset about this. She talks to Wei Ming about this. I worked so hard for that contract, then how did she get the promotion? So Wei Ming says she was resigning from the company because she wanted a promotion. And right now, our company needs her badly, so we can't let her go. And that's why we had to agree to her terms and give her the promotion. Jiangxi says, what about all the hard work I did? So Wei Ming says, sorry, I can't do anything about it. The next day, Lin Shuang meets her school friend, Gu Shu, who was quite rich and famous. They talk for a bit, and then his other friends arrive, and Lin Shuang leaves from there. While leaving, she was seeing that Gu Shu's posters were everywhere. Jiangxi was in great need of money, and when she came home, she found out that her landlord had increased the rent even more. Then we see Lin Shuang, who had started working as a part-time driver, and her first customer is Gukshu. She starts the car, and he starts drinking his coffee when he sees Gukshu in the mirror and suddenly stops the car, which gives him a jolt. Gukshu, who hadn't recognized her yet, says, do you even know how to drive properly? Lin Shuang says, yes, I do my work while saving my energy. Gukshu says, with your driving, I almost reached heaven just now. There is a meeting at office, and there Wei Ming announces that Jiangxi is now being transferred to another company. She gets very angry about this. Lin Shuang was driving while talking on the phone when a man comes in front of her car and then starts pretending that Lin Shuang had an accident with him. A large crowd gathers there and everyone was blaming her. But just then, Jiangxi goes there and helps her. She says, if you are really hurt, we will take full responsibility. But if you are faking it, then first we will go to the police station, and this matter will be fully investigated to see whose fault the accident was. At this, the man gets scared and gets up and leaves from there, and all the people standing there also understand that he was just pretending. The next day, Jiangxi brings Wei Ming with her to an art exhibition and walks around with him there. They also kiss there, and just then, Lin Shuang arrives and sees both of them. She goes there and slaps both of them one by one. Actually, this was Lin Shuang and Jiangxi's plan. Jiangxi had brought Wei Ming here after telling her, so that she would have evidence that Wei Ming is cheating on her. Lin Shuang slaps him and leaves from there, and Wei Ming goes after her trying to explain, we are just friends. Jiangxi, who is still standing there, remembers Lin Shuang's words, Wei Ming neither loves me nor you, he just loves himself and uses people for his work. Wei Ming is trying to console her and also transfers some money to her bank. Lin Shuang agrees to this because she desperately needed money for her daughter and she had to slowly get her property back somehow, so she doesn't fight much with Wei Ming for now. The next day, Lin Shuang gets a call from the hospital, and when she goes there, she sees sees that her dad's leg is badly injured. Guchu tells her he suddenly fell and fractured his leg. After his checkup, Guchu starts talking to her. He says, "When I came back from abroad, I thought you would be my biggest competitor here. But you gave up your career. I didn't like seeing that." But Lin Shuang leaves from there without answering his question. In the company, everyone is talking about Jiangxi, saying that she is forcefully trying to get close to Wei Ming. She talks to Lin Shuang about this, so Lin Shuang tells her, "If these things come out in front of everyone tomorrow, he will put all the blame on you. You should think about this now." Because he is not making any future plans with you. The next day, Wei Ming had organized a party where everyone had to come with their family members. He was supposed to come there with Wei Ming, so he had forbidden Jiangxi from coming. But still, Jiangxi comes there and introduces herself to Lin Shuang in front of him. This makes Wei Ming very angry, and he says to Jiangxi, "Our game is over now." She says, "But I don't want to end it." Wei Ming says, "If you keep doing this, I will have you fired from the company very soon." When he comes home from there, Lin Shuang asks him, "Where did you go leaving the party?" So Wei Ming says, "It was related to some work. That's why I left." Lin Shuang says, "I think you went to talk to Jiangxi. At the art exhibition, when I saw her with you, you said she was your friend. You don't know her well. But at the party yesterday, she said she is your colleague." Hearing this, Wei Ming starts apologizing to her and says, "Trust me. From now on, the relationship between her and me will only be professional, and whatever happened before, it's my fault. Please forgive me." Lin Shuang leaves from there saying, "Should I trust you now?" Then the next night, she meets Jiangxi and tells her, "Yesterday, even if it was just a little, Wei Ming accepted your relationship. He said, I made a mistake." Hearing this, Jiangxi gets a little upset and says, "Am I just a mistake to him?" She says, "No one ever accepted my talent the way he did. He gave me hope. He showed me dreams of advancing in my career. Daye." To this, Lin Shuang says, "You are not understanding this properly. He just wanted to use you well. By doing all this, he connected with you emotionally." Jiangxi starts shouting at her and says, "You can't understand. I have always been ignored. No one ever tried to understand me, only he did all this for me." Lin Shuang tells her, "Try to understand. Being used and being respected are two different things. You should change your thoughts, otherwise you will get nothing but regret." Saying this, they both go their separate ways. The next day, Lin Shuang brings Zhou Ping to her mom's house, where Guxu is also there. Zhou Ping and Guxu start playing together and spend a lot of time together. She asks him, "You have known mom for a long time, so tell me, what is my mom like?" He says, "The Lin Shuang I know was very stubborn and strong-minded. She was ahead in everything. Among all the people I have met so far, she is the best." Wei Ming had leaked some company secrets for his own benefit, and Lin Shuang knew about this. She talks to Jiangxi about this. "You bring me evidence that Wei Ming was the one who leaked those secrets. It will help me in the divorce." After this, Jiangxi starts looking for evidence. She finds the evidence on Wei Ming's laptop. She had started ignoring Wei Ming now. That's why when she was going home, Wei Ming asks her to sit in his car and takes her to a restaurant. There he says, "Whatever I said to you that day, I said it in anger. I regret my mistake. I didn't want to hurt you, but I don't want to lose you." Saying this, he gives her a bouquet and kisses her hand, saying sorry again. After this, Lin Shuang is repeatedly calling her, but Jiangxi doesn't pick up her call. So Lin Shuang comes to her house and asks her, "Where is the evidence you found on Wei Ming's laptop?" So Jiangxi says, "I deleted it because I don't want to betray him." Lin Shuang says, "I didn't expect this from you. He suddenly started behaving nicely with you. Don't you find it strange why he suddenly changed? You don't know what his intention is. He must have found out something. He must be afraid that you will leak that evidence. That's why he is behaving nicely with you." Jiangxi says, "Whatever it is, he is important to me, so I can't do this to him." Lin Shuang says, "You will soon find out that you don't matter to him at all. He is just using you." Saying this, she leaves. The next day, Jiangxi comes to meet Wei Ming's competitor, Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang is bad-mouthing Wei Ming to her and says, "I think Wei Ming was the one who leaked the company's information. You help me ruin his career, you will get a good profit from it. He gives you nothing, but I can give you a lot." But still, Jiangxi does not agree to help him. He blackmails her a little, but still Jiangxi leaves from there without saying anything. Then she comes to Wei Ming. They are both talking. Jiangxi says to him, "If I hadn't deleted the evidence against you, would you not have come back to me?" Wei Ming says, "That's not it. I love you, that's why I came back to you." Lin Shuang is sitting with her laptop and thinking about something. She had applied for jobs in many places, but she was not getting a job anywhere because she had been out of the industry for a long time and did not have knowledge about the latest technology. She was worried about this when she gets a call from her friend. She tells her, "You can attend Mr. Guxu's lectures. It will help you." Lin Shuang says, "Thank you," and cuts the call. Then she comes to drop Zhou Ping at her hockey class, and looking at her, she thinks, "I will work very hard for our bright future." Then she comes to the university to attend Guxu's lectures so that she can get knowledge about the latest technology. Jiangxi had recorded everything she had talked about with Mr. Wang that day on a voice recorder. She gives that voice recorder to Wei Ming, and the next day, That voice gets leaked in the company, and everyone is talking about Jiangxi and Mr. Wang. They think that Mr. Wang wanted to frame Wei Ming for leaking the evidence, and that Jiangxi was also helping him in this. Jiangxi comes and talks to Wei Ming about this. You sent emails to everyone in my name. How will I be able to face everyone after this? He says, only Wang's name is in it. People will not do anything to you, Jiangxi says, but my name is still being associated with his. Wei Ming says, you just wait for me to become the president. After that, I will fix everything. Lin Shuang had left Zhou Ping with her grandma to attend a lecture, but in the middle, she gets a call that Zhou Ping is lost somewhere in the mall. She leaves the lecture and immediately goes to the mall to find her. Guxu also hears her and follows her there. He asks the security guard and goes straight to get the CCTV footage. Lin Shuang is very worried, and by then, Wei Ming has also reached the mall. Lin Shuang asks him, did you find out anything about Zhou Ping? So he says, nothing has been found here. We will call the police now. Lin Shuang goes outside to look for her. On the other side, we see Zhou Ping with Jiangxi, who is bringing her. Zhou Ping asks her, are you my mom's friend? So she says, no. Did your mom tell you that? So Zhou Ping says, no, I just guessed. Then she tells them, please give me your number. If I get lost again, I will call you. By then, they both reach near the mall and Lin Shuang sees them. She runs to Zhou Ping and hugs her and asks her, where did you go? Do you know how scared I was? She tells her, I went to the park and this auntie brought me here. By then, Wei Ming also arrives there. And as soon as he arrives, he starts shouting at Lin Shuang, where were you when Zhou Ping disappeared? I am working so hard day and night to earn money, but you can't even take good care of one child. You have become very selfish. Before Lin Shuang could stand up and say anything to him, Zhou Ping herself shouts at him, you cannot talk to my mom like that. Then Guxu sends the CCTV footage to his phone, which reveals that Zhou Ping got lost due to Grandma's negligence. But Grandma starts shouting, I got a call, so shouldn't I even talk? I was just talking for a little while, and she ran away from there. Going home, Lin Shuang is talking to her daughter. She tells her, today you got lost because of my mistake, but this will never happen again. So Zhou Ping says, why? Will you not go to school anymore? Lin Shuang asks, what do you think, should mom go to school or not? Meaning attend lectures. So Zhou Ping says, yes, you should definitely go. You should not give up so easily. The next day, when Jiangxi comes to the company, she finds out that her name has also been associated with Mr. Wang in the evidence that was leaked in the company, so she is being fired from the company, and everyone is blaming her. There, Wei Ming says, I brought Jiangxi to the company. If she has made any mistake, then I am also responsible for it, so we should give her one more chance. So she is not fired from the job yet. In a way, Wei Ming had put all the blame on Jiangxi, and on the other hand, he also became good by doing this. Wei Ming is leaving from there when Jiangxi comes to his car and says, why did you do this? I deleted all the evidence against you. I helped you get rid of your competitor, Mr. Wang. Then why are you defaming me? He says, do you think I am stupid? I know you tried to touch my laptop once. You were thinking of gathering evidence against me and blackmailing me. Jiangxi says, it means you knew this, and all the act of being good until now is just an act. You never truly loved me. But Wei Ming leaves from there with a smile at her words. Lin Shuang is doing all the housework, and Wei Ming's parents are also giving her orders to cook good food. When Jiangxi comes home, she is very upset and is drinking. Her brother is asking her, what is your problem? But she doesn't say anything. She is remembering all the good moments spent with Wei Ming and is crying over the fact that it was all just an act. The next day, Lin Shuang comes to meet her. So Jiangxi tells her, your husband is a very bad person. He can go to any extent for his own benefit. He just plays with people's feelings, but I don't have any evidence. No one will trust me. Lin Shuang says, one day he will definitely have to pay the price for his mistakes. Guxu had developed an app, and he comes to Lin Shuang to show it to her. She says, this is quite good. After this, they both talk for a bit and then leave from there. The next day, a new girl comes to Wei Ming's company who was the daughter of the company's shareholder. Her name is Joyce. Wei Ming shows a lot of interest in her. Lin Shuang has come to the divorce lawyer again. She tells her, I am very scared to get a divorce from my husband because I feel that I might lose my daughter. I love her very much, so I am also working very hard to keep her with me. I will get a job soon. To this, she says, okay, you keep trying. I will also try to help you. Meanwhile, Wei Ming had started spending more and more of his time with Joyce. People in the company also start talking about them, and most people are blaming Joyce for staying with a married man. Joyce's dad had also come there, and he also finds out about this, so he immediately calls Joyce home and tells her to quit her job. But she doesn't listen to him. Mom explains to Dad, don't shout at her. It could all just be rumors. So on this, Joyce herself says, they are not rumors but the truth. I like Wei Ming. At this, her dad gets even angrier and says, how can you like such a person? He is already married and has a daughter too. But Joyce says, I don't care about all that. When Lin Shuang comes home, Wei Ming asks her, "How did you get so late and where is Zhou Ping?" She says, "I was a bit busy, so I left her at my mom's house." At this, he says, "Where have you started being so busy? You didn't even iron my clothes today. Can't you even handle these small tasks? What do you do at home all day?" Lin Shuang says, "I forgot to tell you I passed an interview for a company, and I have also started the job." At this, he gets angry and says, "If you work, who will take care of the house?" Lin Shuang says, "I don't know all that. I have started working now, so you should do your own work yourself." Hearing this, Wei Ming gets angry and starts shouting at her, but she remains calm and says nothing. The next day, Wei Ming's company and Guxu's company are going to collaborate, and an event was organized for this where everyone is present. Jiangxi comes there with Guxu. Joyce is very surprised to see her and wonders, what is she doing with him, and where did she get such an expensive dress? All the girls are talking about her dress. One day at a party, Joyce had drunk a lot and was sitting outside in the rain. Wei Ming comes to drop her home. He is about to leave when Joyce holds him, confesses her love, and kisses him. After that, Wei Ming also kisses her, and then they spend the night together. In the morning, Joyce asks Wei Ming, "When are you telling Lin Shuang about us? You should get a divorce from her." So Wei Ming says, "Yes, I am thinking of getting a divorce soon, but it's not that easy, so you have to support me until then." Zhou Ping gets hurt, and on this matter, Wei Ming starts fighting with Lin Shuang. Lin Shuang looks at him intently for a moment and then says, "So you finally said it." Wei Ming tells her, "After the divorce, Zhou Ping will stay with me. I will not leave her with an irresponsible mom like you." Lin Shuang says, "Have you ever looked at yourself? Whenever she is sick, gets hurt, is in pain, who is with her, me or you?" So Wei Ming says, "Stop your drama. From the beginning to the end, the one at fault between us is you." Coming home, Wei Ming also takes out the divorce papers from his bag and gives them to her, saying, "You read this, and when you get time, sign it." Seeing this, Lin Shuang says, "Oh, so nowadays you carry a divorce agreement with you." Wei Ming says, "Stop this drama of yours. I have wanted to divorce you for a long time, but I couldn't say it. I have been with you only because of Zhou Ping until now. But now you can't even be a good mom, so our marriage has no meaning." Lin Shuang says, "I will sign the divorce papers, but first let's talk about its rules. I want half a share in our property, and Zhou Ping will stay with me." At this, Wei Ming says, "This is impossible. All the property we have, I have earned it. You have no share in it, and Zhou Ping is my daughter, so she will also stay with me." So Lin Shuang says, "If you don't agree to my terms, I will not sign the divorce agreement." Wei Ming says, "I have already spoken to a good lawyer and have converted our property into my personal property. So don't waste time by not taking a divorce. Property and Zhou Ping, you will not get either of these." Saying all this, he leaves, and Wei Ming sits there thinking about her daughter. The next day, Lin Shuang finds out that Wei Ming has sold the house they were living in. She goes to the office and talks to him about it. "If you sell the house, where will Zhou Ping and I live?" So Wei Ming says, "I will send Zhou Ping to my parents' house, and as for you, you sign the divorce papers. With the little alimony money you get, buy a small house." Lin Shuang says, "How can you stoop so low? You want to throw your own wife and daughter out of the house." When Lin Shuang comes from there, she meets Jiangxi. She tells Lin Shuang, "Wei Ming is going to divorce you and you didn't tell me about it. Don't you consider me your friend?" She tells her, "It's not like that. It all happened very suddenly. He is using Zhou Ping to force me. He knows that I will become weak this way." Lin Shuang also tells her that she now has no place to live. So Jiangxi calls her brother and asks him to help her. The next day, Jiang Hai brings Lin Shuang to show her a house where she will now live. At night, Lin Shuang is sitting with her daughter, helping her with her studies, when Zhou Ping says, "Now, mom and dad are getting a divorce. Now I have two houses. One is mom's and one is dad's." She says, "I called dad, but he ignored me. I saw him with a lady at the mall. I even called out to him, but he ignored me there too. I fell there while calling him and got hurt. That's why I don't want to go to dad, and I want to stay with you." Lin Shuang promises her, "Yes, we will always be together." The next day, Wei Ming's parents come to Lin Shuang's house and they say, "We want to take Zhou Ping with us. Because you are always busy with work, there is no one to take care of her." Lin Shuang says, "Wei Ming is also busy with work there, and here, my mom and dad are there to take care of her." So Grandpa says, "She is our blood. She uses our surname, so it's better for her to stay with us." Just then, Guchu comes there with some packets and tells them, "Then Zhou Ping's surname should be changed to Lin. This will solve your problem." Grandma starts shouting at him and says, "Who are you to interfere in our family matters?" Lin Shuang asks him, "How did you get here?" So Guchu tells her, "I know you are very busy these days, so I brought some fresh vegetables for you and Zhou Ping." Oh, he goes to the kitchen to put the vegetables. Grandma says, "Lin Shuang, so this is why Wei Ming gave you a divorce, because you are having an affair with this man." Lin Shuang says, "Don't talk nonsense. He is just my colleague." So she says, "Oh, so your colleague also brings your groceries. Do you think I am a fool?" Lin Shuang says, "What are you people saying? and she asks them to leave her house. When they don't leave, Lin Shuang forcibly throws them out of her house. The next day, when Lin Shuang comes from the company to pick up Zhou Ping from kindergarten, she finds out that her grandma has taken her with her and has also taken a leave for a few days from there. Hearing this, she gets a little worried and calls them, but they don't receive the call. Here we see Zhou Ping, who is at her grandparents' house and is crying a lot, saying, "I want to go to my mom. I don't want to stay with you people." But they both are forcibly forcing her to stay with them, and she is just crying. When Lin Shuang doesn't find Zhou Ping, she goes to the office to meet Wei Ming and asks him, "Where has your mom taken Zhou Ping?" He says, "Mom has taken her home. I just found out about it too. They are afraid that our divorce might cause some problem for Zhou Ping. They have taken her with them to keep her away from our family problems. Once you sign the divorce agreement, she will come back to you." Lin Shuang tells him, "Give me my daughter back." Wei Ming says, "What do you mean give her back? We are both her parents. We both have the right to keep her with us." Lin Shuang says, "Since her birth until now, I am the one who has taken care of her. So why are you claiming rights over her now?" Wei Ming says, "I have sent you the divorce agreement and its rules. Go and check it quickly. If you want to take Zhou Ping, you will not get anything from the property." Lin Shuang keeps telling him, "I want to see Zhou Ping. And what do you mean by your words? If I don't sign the divorce agreement, can't I meet my daughter?" Wei Ming leaves from there, and she sits there crying. On the other side, Zhou Ping was also crying a lot. Lin Shuang is very sad. She comes and sits in the park and is crying there. Just then, Guxu and Jiangxi go there and console her. Then they all come home and start talking. Jiangxi says, "How can Wei Ming stoop so low? He is using his own daughter to save property." The lawyer says, "If you file a case against Wei Ming for this, it's possible that you might get your daughter. But the case will be very long. It might take 1 or 2 years, and until then, you will have to stay away from your daughter." Lin Shuang does not agree to this because she cannot stay away from Zhou Ping for so long. She says, "I don't want property. I just want my daughter. I will sign the divorce papers." But everyone explains to her, "Don't do that, because that's what Wei Ming wants. That's why he has kept Zhou Ping away from you." Zhou Ping has come to the mall with her grandma for a walk. Just then, she meets her friend there and starts talking to him. The next day, her friend's mom calls Lin Shuang and asks her to meet in the park. She says, "Our son wants to meet you. He wants to talk about Zhou Ping." Lin Shuang comes to him and asks, "Tell me, where did you see Zhou Ping?" He says, "She told me not to worry about her. We met in a mall." He takes out some notes and gives them to her, saying, "Zhou Ping asked me to give this to you. This is our little secret." In the notes, Zhou Ping had written, "Mom, I am fine and I miss you a lot." Reading them, Lin Shuang thinks to herself, "I will work very hard for you so that I can give you a good future, and we can live together." Wei Ming has come to a party with Joyce where his very important clients have come. After some time, Lin Shuang also arrives there. Seeing her, a lady says, "Oh, how are you here?" Wei Ming told us she's gone to pick up our daughter from her tuition class. Wei Ming goes to her with a fake smile on his face and asks, "You didn't tell me that you were also coming here?" So Lin Shuang says, "You didn't tell me either that you have come here?" Wei Ming had not told anyone about his divorce so that his image would not be spoiled. He starts to take Lin Shuang from there, saying, "You also have to go to pick up Zhou Ping from her coaching class." But Lin Shuang starts shouting there in front of everyone and reveals, "He is keeping my daughter away from me and forcing me to sign the divorce agreement. He is also having several affairs." And she also tells about Joyce, that she is also having an affair with Wei Ming. This makes Wei Ming very angry, and he also pushes Lin Shuang. This greatly affects Wei Ming's image in front of some important clients. Lin Shuang comes home. Today, while arguing with Wei Ming, when Wei Ming pushed her, her hand got badly injured. Jiangxi explains to her, "While doing all this, you should also take care of yourself." Just then, Guxu also comes there with dinner for them. He sees the injury on Lin Shuang's hand and gets very angry at Wei Ming. The next day, they both get a divorce, and Lin Shuang chooses Zhou Ping over the property. Then she comes to pick her up and hugs her and starts crying. Zhou Ping says, "Mom, where did you go leaving me? Why did you keep me away from you? Didn't you miss me?" Lin Shuang just holds her and cries. Then she comes home. Her mom and dad bring her with them and show her all the medals that Lin Shuang had received from childhood to high school. Dad says, "After your marriage, we have collected all of these one by one." Mom says, "We should have an exhibition of all these so that people also know how talented our daughter is." Wei Ming had taken another house where he lived with Joyce. His parents also come there. He tells them, "Joyce and I are getting married soon." After some time, Joyce also arrives there. Wei Ming tells them, "We have good news to give you, but I want Joyce to tell you about it." Hearing this, Mom and Dad get very excited, and Joyce tells them, "I am pregnant." Hearing that they are going to have a grandson, both of them become very happy. Mom tells Joyce, "We will pack our things soon and come to live here. Then I will take good care of you." But she says, no, there is no need for that. I will take care of myself, and if needed, we will hire a maid. Then she leaves, telling Wei Ming, I am very tired. You should also send your mom and dad home soon. Meanwhile, Jiang Zi has come to a client to get a contract signed, but he starts misbehaving with her, so she hits him with her bag and knocks him down. The client says angrily, what are you doing? Have you gone mad? So Jiang Zi says, didn't your parents teach you manners? Should I teach you? Saying this, she leaves from there, and that person is lying there shouting, just wait, I will get you fired from your job. The next day, she tells Wei Ming, that client was misbehaving with me. That's why I couldn't get the contract signed with him. So Wei Ming says, these are all normal things. What's the problem if he flirted with you a little? Jiang Shi says this is not normal, but Wei Ming sends her away, saying, if you don't get that contract signed, you will be fired from your job soon. Jiang Shi is very tense about this matter and is taking out her anger on boxing. The next day, she calls that same client to meet in a hotel. She has decorated the hotel room in a very romantic way, which impresses him. He thought that Jiang Xi had done all this to apologize for that day and to make him happy today. But Jiang Xi says, I have no such intention. I just came to get the contract signed. At this, he gets very angry, and just then, his wife arrives and starts asking him, what are you doing here? Seeing the decoration there, she gets very angry and says, what were you two doing here? Explain to me. So Jiang Shi tells them, your husband is a true gentleman. He loves you very much. He has arranged this decoration today to celebrate your wedding anniversary. I am also here to help him with this. After signing my contract, you two can spend time together. She says to the client, am I right? He says, yes, you are absolutely right. And then he is forced to sign her contract. A few days later, Wei Ming and Joyce get married. Joyce is calling her parents to come to her wedding, but they don't even receive her call because they are angry with her. They didn't want Joyce to marry a person who is already married, but still Joyce waits for them until the last moment. She is very worried, and just then her parents arrive there, and their wedding ceremony starts. After the wedding is complete, Joyce's mom warns Wei Ming, well, if you dare to do with our daughter what you did with your first wife, we will not spare you. He tells them, you don't need to worry. I will take good care of Joyce. But hearing this, Wei Ming's mom gets angry and starts shouting at them, my son is so good. He earns so much money. He has so much property. Many girls want to marry him, but your daughter forcefully married him. Then why are you people threatening him? At this, Joyce's mom says to her, look at this. What kind of family you have married into? What uncivilized people? Saying this, she starts to leave with her husband. But Wei Ming stops them and explains, it's not right to fight here. If there is any issue, we can talk about it at home. Joyce is pregnant. She will have problems here. At this, her mom says, don't use her child to save yourself. And anyway, when he is born, he will use our surname. At this, Wei Ming's mom starts shouting again. Why are you dreaming? And why will he use your surname? While shouting, her health deteriorates. On the other side, we see Lin Shuang, who is standing in one place and drinking. Guchu comes there and she starts crying while telling him, I don't have much money left, because she also had to pay the rent for the house. After Wei Ming and Joyce's wedding, his parents had also come to live with them. There were often fights between them and Joyce because Joyce did not want them to live with them, but they had no other house to live in, so they live here. Wei Ming is in the washroom when he hears something breaking outside. He comes out and his mom tells him, I made soup for Joyce. She didn't like it, so she didn't drink it, but she also broke the bowl. Wei Ming asks her, why did you do that? So Joyce says, whatever food she cooks has too much oil and I don't like unhealthy food. But she was forcing me to eat it. At this, mom says, it wasn't unhealthy. I made it with vegetables. If not for yourself, you should think about the baby. At this, Joyce gets angry and says, why should I always think about the baby? Do you people think I am a baby-making machine? Mom starts shouting at her, we are all taking care of you, yet you are not happy. Joyce says, either I will live in this house or your mom and dad will. If they stay here, I will leave this house and go to my parents. In this way, there are fights in their house every day. The next day, Wei Ming takes them to a small hotel and leaves them there. He says, you people stay here for a few days, then I will find a house for you. Then we see Lin Shuang and Guchu, who are eating their favorite snack together and talking about their childhood. Then we are shown a flashback scene from which we find out that Lin Shuang's father used to be a teacher and Guchu was his student. She and Lin Shuang studied together in school. Then we see Jiang Xi. She comes to the company and a boy proposes to her there. He says, we promised that we would live together in this city. We would buy a small house together. Then he takes out a ring and says, I have bought the house. So would you like to be the mistress of that house? But Jiang Xi is not replying to him at all, so he says, I know I haven't done anything good with you. I never even helped you. But now the situation has changed. Now I have a lot, so you won't have any problems now. Everyone there is looking at them, so Jiang Xi calls him outside to talk. Jiang Xi says, I have a lot of problems in my life. I need money, but I don't want to use you for all that. And I know that you don't really like me. You just need a partner who is useful to you, whom you can use like an object. Saying this, Jiangxi rejects his proposal. He starts telling her, "You are misunderstanding me. It's not like that. I really like you." Just then, a boy comes to Jiangxi and Jiangxi tells him, "This is my boyfriend." So that boy says, "So you are rejecting me for him." After this, he leaves from there. Then Jiangxi pushes that boy away from her and says, "Just stop acting now." On the other side, we see Lin Shuang, who is working in the company till late at night. After some time, Guchu brings something to eat for her. Lin Shuang tells him, "I have to go to meet a client tomorrow. He is investing in our company, so I am just preparing my presentation so that there are no shortcomings in it." Guchu tells her, "Don't put too much work pressure on yourself. If you need an investor, I can lend you money." Lin Shuang says, "Thank you, but I don't need it because I want to do this myself." The next day, when Lin Shuang comes there with her proposal, after seeing her proposal, that investor rejects it. When Lin Shuang comes home, she finds out that their company has gone bankrupt, so it is being shut down now, and all the workers have received an email from the company to find another job. Lin Shuang is reading that same email on her laptop and is very worried. Just then, she gets a video call from her mom and dad, so she talks to them with a fake smile on her face. She is leaving from there very upset when Gukshu comes to her, and seeing her so upset says, "Do you know what I do when I'm upset?" He takes her for a walk with him where they both play many games together and enjoy a lot. While coming from there, Gukshu is telling her, "The person who sweats more cries less." At this, Lin Shuang says, "I feel like you are talking nonsense, but thank you, I am feeling much better now." She says, "I want to try one more time." Gukshu says, "Okay, I will support you, don't worry too much." The next day, as Lin Shuang is leaving the company, a friend of hers comes there and is also ready to invest in her project. Seeing her, Lin Shuang becomes very happy. After this, their work starts again, and Lin Shuang becomes the boss of her company. She and her friends and colleagues have a party, and they ask Lin Shuang to say something. She stands there and says, "A year ago today, I was a housewife. Every day I was busy with my child and household chores. If someone had come to me at that time and said, 'Lin Shuang, you will run your own company in the future,' I would have thought they were joking with me. But today, with the support of all of you, this impossible thing has become possible." And then they all drink together. After this, Lin Shuang is talking to someone there, and Guchu is looking at her very intently, and Jiangxi notices this. She takes him aside to talk. Guchu asks her, "What happened? Why did you bring me here?" Jiangxi says, "I want to warn you that if you just keep standing far away and looking at her like this, one day someone else will take her away." Gukshu says, "I don't want to put any kind of pressure on her. I just want to help her fulfill her dreams. I want her to become the old Lin Shuang. That's enough for me." Jiangxi says, "I don't know whether to praise you for this or not, but you should tell her about your feelings. Do you want her to find someone like Wei Ming again?" After this, he comes to drop Lin Shuang at her home, and there he says to her, "I want to tell you something." But just then, Lin Shuang gets a call from Zhou Ping, so she tells him, "Whatever you had to say, can we talk about it tomorrow?" He also agrees to this and leaves from there. The next day, Lin Shuang is sitting and doing some work, and Guchu is explaining the work to her. He says, "This is wrong." But Lin Shuang says, "If it can benefit me and my team, then how can it be wrong?" They have a big argument over this, and Gukshu also leaves from there angrily. He comes to his company and is standing very upset when his secretary approaches him and says, "You have an important meeting in some time." He does not give any reply to this. Seeing him so worried, the secretary says, "Did you have a fight with Lin Shuang?" He asks, "How do you know?" So she says, "I know you like her, and you have been worried about her all day. I am also like your friend, so would you like me to help you in some way?" But instead of answering her question, Gukshu starts asking her about work. "Have you done everything well?" At night, Lin Shuang is repeatedly calling him, and when he doesn't receive the call, she comes to his house with a file. Just then, she sees that Gukshu is very drunk and his secretary is supporting him. Lin Shuang tells her, "I came here to give a file." So she says, "Which file was so important that you came in the middle of the night to give it?" Lin Shuang immediately leaves from there, and Gukshu, who was pretending to be drunk until now, also stands up properly. Lin Shuang is leaving from there when the secretary comes to her and says, "Were you leaving Guchu with me?" So Lin Shuang says, "This is a matter between you two. What do I have to do with it?" So she stops her and says, "The one Gukshu likes is you." And then she leaves after telling her this. "He is really very drunk. You can take care of him if you want." Lin Shuang comes into the room to see him, and he is lying on the floor. Lin Shuang comes and sits next to him. Guchu looks at her and says, "You left, right? What are you doing here?" So Lin Shuang says, "If you don't want to see me, I can still leave." Saying this, she starts to get up, but he holds her hand and stops her. Then he helps her lie down on the sofa, and then says to her, "Don't drink so much from next time." So he says, "Okay." Then Lin Shuang says, "I have kept water here. If you feel thirsty at night, drink it." He says, "Okay," to this as well. So Lin Shuang says, "Don't you have anything else to say besides okay?" So Guchu says, "Thank you" to her. Lin Shuang says, "You have helped me a lot during this struggle period of mine. So I